Today is the day. We're heading to Disneyland Paris in the most popular way, but this isn't just a travel day because we're trying something a little bit different. We're starting our journey from London Heathrow, and along the way I'll show you some handy tips that might make your own trip a little bit easier. From the futuristic Heathrow Pod system to what you get on the flight and all the different ways of getting from Charles de Gaulle Airport to Disneyland Paris itself. This is everything you need to know if you're making the journey yourself.
You're going to Terminal 5. Is that okay?
Yes. Today we've parked in one of Heathrow's long stay car parks, and one of my favourite parts of flying from Terminal 5 is this, getting to use these little autonomous pods. If you've never seen them before, they're basically driverless electric vehicles that take you between the car park and the terminal. They're surprisingly quick, really quiet, and honestly, they make the holiday feel like it started before you've even checked in. I feel like I'm on a Disney ride already. It's such a cool little bit of technology, and yes, I still get excited every single time I use one of these. A few minutes later and we've arrived at Terminal 5, so there's just time for some check-in, some security, and then the best bit of any holiday, browsing the airport. Last time I was here was before my flight to Poland, and I spent £100 on a bottle of Do Your Sauvage, so try to keep your wits about you. Whether you're grabbing breakfast, picking up a last-minute travel essential, or just doing a bit of duty-free window shopping, London Heathrow has pretty much everything you could need before you fly. Of course, if you're like me, you'll probably spend half the time looking in bookshops and trying to find out which Lego sets are lurking in shadows of those stores. And before you know it, it's time for us to board. One thing I really like about flying to Paris is just how quick the actual flight is. By the time you're settled into your seat, you're almost there.
Now, depending on who you're flying with, you might get a little snack on board. Being a short, hot British Airways flight today, we've been given a complimentary bottle of water along with a flapjack, although sometimes you can get a biscuit. I even got chocolate hobnobs at one point, so, you know, if you're lucky, you might get that. Don't expect a full meal, but it's such a nice little touch and it really makes the journey feel even shorter than it already is. And if you want something more substantial, most airlines also have food and drinks available to buy during the journey, like Cadbury's Nibbly Fingers or Coke Zero. And before long, we're descending into Paris, which means the Disneyland countdown is officially on.
Now comes one of the questions that I get asked all the time. How do you actually get from the airport at Charles de Gaulle to Disneyland Paris? Thankfully, you've got quite a few options. If you're staying at one of the Disney hotels, there's a paid Disneyland Paris Express shuttle, which runs directly between the airport and the resort itself. If you're looking for the fastest public transport route, you can take the TVG high-speed train, which gets you from the airport to Marly-la-Vale Chessy Station in around 10 minutes, when the timing lines up properly, that is. It's incredibly quick, although trains don't run constantly, so it's always worth checking the timetable before you travel. Another popular option is the RER train network, although that's usually involving a change of trains and it can take a little bit longer, so it's always worth checking. If you're traveling as a family with lots of luggage, a private transfer or taxi can also work out really, really well, especially if you're splitting the cost between several people. This is also famously a really long walk.
We're choosing the Magic Shuttle today, and I'm going to show you how to get there. So this is the agonisingly long walk to the Magic Shuttle station, which is our mode of transport for today. It looks long, but it's mostly a straight line with a small escalator, which often catches my partner out, and then when you get to a certain point, which is one of the many relay shops along here, you do have to make a left. And it's when you get to here, and you can see there's this little shop that has this bakery in it on the corner. Really important. Terminal E is where we are heading. Considering the British Airways flights come into Terminal 2C, you have to walk across quite a lot of the airfield. It did feel like we were walking to Disneyland Paris, but oh well. Now this is weirdly not signposted, which I understand that Charles de Gaulle is an airport for many different destinations around the world, but Disneyland Paris does so much for the French economy and brings in so many people into France. I don't understand why they can't just put a sign up every now and then to ensure you that you're going in the right direction, because it does feel like you're walking in the wrong direction until you get here where you have all the signs.
For us today, we're taking the Magic Shuttle straight to the hotel. It's just a glorified coach and the driver is listening to music, but it's not usually Disney music, but you get what you pay for. The area around the park that you drive through is better than it was, but still not incredibly remarkable in any way, but it gets you there, it does the job.
So I'm just showing you now how I booked this. So you can select your airport, Orly or Charles de Gaulle. Both options are the closest ones to Disneyland Paris. And then you can go straight direct to the park itself, or you can go to the station, or you can go to the on-site hotels. So everything from the Disneyland Paris to Hotel Santa Fe, which is where we were going this time, or you can go to the partner hotels such as the Apartheid and the Magic Castle, I believe it's called. I actually haven't explored them myself that much, so maybe that's something I need to do for a future upload. So then you just fill in your dates that you want to arrive and depart. So you can get a return or you can get a single, and you put in the number of adults that you are taking and the number of children. So we're 2 adults, so this is how much it's going to cost for 2 adults. You can also book a private transfer through this, but from what I've seen, the prices aren't actually that competitive with just taxis and Ubers outside of the airport, so that's something to bear in mind. And as you can see, here it is 43 euros 20, reduced from 48 euros. Basically, they make out like you get a discount. They lower the price if you book a return, basically. I'm not sure what a single price is, but that's what a return is, but you can just put in one way if you so wish. I will leave a link for the Magic Shuttle website so you can go and have a play and have a look and see what it would cost for your family. Obviously, don't book it until you know for sure this is what you want to do, because there are other options, as I say. And looking around, this is the desk, so you can book your tickets here on the day, but they prefer reservations, and sometimes this isn't manned, so that's worth bearing in mind. There's a really cool game here for kids to play while they're waiting, like a little maze. Oh, and in the middle, that looks quite familiar. If you know, you know. So yeah, and here's the station. Finally, there's a sign, Disneyland Paris. Why can't they put those throughout? I don't know. But you basically get it from one of these stations out here. So out here we have 3 bus stops, all with the Disneyland Paris logo on them, and it goes from one of those. So here we have on the bus stop itself, it shows you the timetable for the bus from here. There's also a timetable at all the stops, at all the hotels and the park itself, where it goes from, to be able to see that. There's also a map here that hasn't had the updated Adventure World name on it. That's a bit naughty. They should change that. I actually quite like this map. It's even got, as you can see, all the on-site hotels on it as well. You don't see that very often. I'd quite like a copy of this. And yeah, it's really good. There's also a QR code there and contact information and the website for you to go on if you would like to book. Here it comes. This is our ride. Exciting. As you can see, any hopes of us watching TV are thin. There is a TV at the front, but it's only playing adverts for Disney games and the parks themselves. So yeah, not really much in the way of entertainment, which is unfortunate. I feel like they missed an opportunity there. But as we head through the French countryside and past some shops and things like that, we eventually find our way to the parks.
And just like that, we've finally arrived. The excitement is building and our Disneyland Paris adventure is officially about to begin. If you're planning your own trip, I hope this video has helped show you just how straightforward traveling from London to Disneyland Paris by plane can actually be. And if I did, don't forget to give this video a like, subscribe for more Disneyland Paris guides, hotel reviews and travel tips. Until next time, I'll see you in the parks.